And we are in the home stretch of this year's general election. And while most of the attention is on the presidential election, we're focusing on a key local election.
And we are talking to both candidates for South Carolina's 7th congressional seat, starting with incumbent Congressman Russell Fry. Congressman, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And first of all, for folks who don't know, tell us a little bit about your background. We know you came on the scene in 2022 after defeating 5-term Congressman Tom Rice. How did you decide to get into politics, and tell us why?
I think at the end of the day, what's important to me, I was an Eagle Scout, and I always go back to that because I think there's such a foundational importance that it places on this country and where we've come from. And one of the mottos is that you leave your campsite better than you found it. And I look at that as a challenge, not just for camping, but for really life in general, that you leave your country, your community, your church, your neighborhood, just a little bit better than you found it. Every generation of Americans have handed this country off to the next generation better. And so it's incumbent on us to do the same.
Congressman, we know that you have been a champion for veterans. You were instrumental in getting the Longs post office back open. Other than those things, what are some specific pieces of legislation that you have co-sponsored or that you have voted in favor of that are benefiting the people of the 7th Congressional District?
Well, from a big macro perspective, H.R. 1, H.R. 2, which deals with energy, H.R. 5, which deals with the border. That's H.R. 2. Those are huge. I mean, this is a border state. We have a tremendous amount of illegal immigrants that have come into this country under this administration. You look at America's energy decline, and the policies that we've supported on the federal level would lower gas prices for Americans. I mean, people are getting sucker punched right now. One of the biggest drivers to inflation is our energy concern. But locally here, some of the bills that we've authored and we've had some success with are the Trafficking Survivors Relief Act that would provide assistance to victims. Prosecutors love it, sheriffs love it, victims' rights organizations love it. It's a really good bipartisan piece of legislation. But there's several like that we've just championed, from the big stuff that you see in D.C. on the news all the time to local stuff that matters too.
Congressman, I want to clarify real quick. You said this is a border state. Can you clarify that? A border state in what way?
In the sense that because of the scale in which how many people, we have 10 million people that have been encountered on the southern border since the start of this administration. The numbers have never been that high. They certainly weren't under Trump, but they weren't even under Obama that high. And so people, because of the influx of people coming here, this is a border state. We're seeing right now the effects of what is happening on our southern border because we're living it every day along the Grand Strand and in the PD.
And you mentioned that, and we talked about border security. Tell us, how does that directly impact folks right here in the 7th Congressional District, that particular issue?
Well, I think, when you have that many people that have come in, and you have millions of people who are considered gotaways, and gotaways are those who the Border Patrol have not apprehended. We don't know who they are. We don't know how they've gotten here. We've apprehended 350, I think, on the terror watch list. Those are the ones that we know about. And so you see the impacts here locally within the schools. You see the impacts within the job market, the broader perspective of what a community looks like. And so the strain on the system, right now the taxpayers are paying $1,100 a year to prop up this illegal immigration scam perpetuated by the Biden-Harris administration. And so it's just an unsustainable reality that we face ourselves in. We've all seen the stories about gangs taking over apartment complexes. We've seen the stories coming out of New York about the drain on social services within those cities. So there's a financial cost to this. And so when I say that we're a border state, even though we're several hundred miles away from the Texas-Mexican border, we feel the effects as if we are a border state.
Congressman, you sit on a judiciary subcommittee, the select subcommittee for the weaponization of the federal government. It was established essentially to keep President Biden in check from using the federal government against conservatives. Against some of his political rivals.
Well, I think that's somewhat tongue-in-cheek, and I think what the president has undergone is something that other Americans have seen the same effects of, which is a targeting, if you will. And we've seen that if you're a parent that wants to get involved in your child's education, you've been targeted. You've been put on an FBI watch list. If you want to speak up, you've been censored by your own government. And this is taxpayer funds of our government censoring and dictating what type of speech Americans are engaged in. And quite frankly, that's just not who we are. That's not who we are as a people. And so I was proud to be a part of that. From the president all the way down to the average citizen, this stuff matters, and how our government conducts itself is really important. So getting the politics out of government, I think, is key, and I think that's what Trump ultimately wants to do.
And we talked about growth, especially here along the Grand Strand. We have a booming population. When it comes to things like I-73 and major kind of interstate projects, where does all that stand right now?
Well, I think I-73 has been permitted, and I think it took a very long time to get to that point. If you look at all the legal challenges by some of the environmental groups, they were finally beat back. And so the key now on any interstate project, gone are the days, I think, that you could just go say, hey, we want an interstate, and plop down some federal treasury. If you look at 526 in Charleston, it was built with federal, state, and local dollars. And so on any big project right now, Horry County voters have an interesting call to make coming up on whether they're going to continue the RIDE program or not. But in any big project like that, it's going to take a combination. And that's ultimately where I think our office has been successful in, is trying to link local communities up with federal programs to make sure that we're pulling in the resources back home that our citizens desperately need.
Congressman, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us, answer our questions.
Absolutely. Great to be here.
Thank you. We'll be right back.